Yo guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So this is an interesting video. I want to talk about my new bike, which is kind of like a bit of a custom job for what we're out in France for. And I wanted to give you a rundown of my down enduro bike. So this is basically an enduro bike, and I've put a pair of downhill forks in the front and made it ready for downhill and bigger bike park stuff. So I'm just gonna give you a rundown of the bike. I'm gonna show you it, show you what I've changed, how it's riding, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. So here is the bike, and this is my Vita Summit, and we used to have the single crown forks in the front there, but we've got a set of DVO Onyx DC forks in it, which are obviously 200mm, but I've lowered the crowns just under to what the minimum is, so they're about 185mm, so it's kind of still balanced as you would expect, but obviously with the triple crown, or the triple clamp, sorry, we've got that added stability for the high speed stuff, the bike parks and the big jumps. So there it is so far, and shout out to Lewis Buchanan, who lent me these forks and the front wheel to go with it. I don't have a front wheel at the minute, it has a 20mm axle, so, or a 20mm hub, so he kind of lent me his, which is a really smart MV wheel. That's another point on the bike as well. So I recently changed over to carbon wheels. So previous to putting this MV wheel on and changing the bike and stuff, I had some brand new wheels from WTB, which I'm going to do a video on. And the carbon wheels in themselves make such a big difference to the riding characteristics of a bike. Yeah, carbon versus aluminium is completely different. The wheels feel a lot more snappy when you're riding it, so that's definitely different. I only previously rode carbon wheels when I had my old Santa Cruz Nomad, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, this is a very different feeling on the bike. And having the forks as they are set up right now with the downhill forks and the carbon wheels just makes it for a much stiffer ride. So handlebars, we have got the same handlebars on, which are cut to 760, which is roughly where I sit. We've got a Nukeproof Neutron stem, and I'm running that in the short position just to bring the bike a bit more of a manageable size. And we also have no dropper seat post on there, for anyone who may have noticed. So we've actually got just a normal seat post that's slammed right down, out the way. Funny story actually, I was at Dovey Bike Park last week. I must have broke the piston in the seat post, which is the first time I've ever broke one of these seat posts. It's a Brandex seat post, or dropper post. And I don't know what happened, but the seat wouldn't stay down. So I think something internally had broken. So I decided, for where we are right now, I don't want to risk that happening, of the seat just rising up and staying there. So I've just opted to take it off and put a normal seat post on there. At Dovey I actually cable tied it down just for a few final runs, which is not recommended, but needs must. Chainring is a 32 tooth chainring. I did actually order a 34 tooth chainring, but I ordered the wrong size chainring. It was for a race based crank, not a Shimano crank. So 32 tooth chainring, big enduro cassette, which is less than ideal for this setup, but it will do. Carbon wheels, as I said. We're in the brake levers kind of flat, which is quite a new thing for me, but I'm actually quite enjoying that. And tyres, let's look at tyres. So tyre pressures where I am now. I have these tyres pumped up to 45 psi, which is crazy. So my usual tyre pressures are around 26, 24 psi when I'm riding like soft technical dirt trails. And for here, that simply won't do it. Or even last weekend at Dovey actually. When you're hitting berms and high speed stuff, and you're pushing into corners and off lips of jumps, I could feel the tyres squirming and rolling. So I just got here to Royal Hills, and one of the shapers here who's shaped a lot of the jumps and looks after the place, said you want to be running like a minimum of 35-40 psi just because of the speed of this place. So yeah, and if you're wondering, I am actually not here on my own. Like, I wouldn't want to ride any of the stuff which you'll see in some of the upcoming videos here on my own. They're massive. I'm actually here with Lewis and Tommy, but unfortunately the airline they flew with lost their bikes, and as of making this video their bike's still in Amsterdam, so they're still waiting on them. Fingers crossed that they get their bikes and they can come riding today and tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked it. This is a temporary setup. I won't be keeping this bike like this all the time. I'll be putting my single crowns back on. I have lowered the forks like I said, so the head angle isn't ridiculously slack. I just did it primarily just to have a little bit more stiffness on the jumps and the speed side of things, but I think I don't want to run the forks any higher than they are now. They are literally on their lowest minimum. So yeah, hope this video was interesting for you. Interesting, should I say. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in future videos where we're going to be riding the Downduro bike.